Counting cards is a mechanic that can significantly increase your chance at outplaying your opponents. Not only can you use it to predict what they will do on attack, but you can also know when to go in on attack yourself. When it comes to card counting, there are 3 main points that I feel are most important that I'm going to teach you. Make sure to leave a like if you learned something. First is understanding how to count your opponent's cycle. Second is why it is important and how to use it to win games. And third is understanding the 3-card cycle. Let's start with the basics. Stick with me because we're going to move quickly. In Clash Royale, it typically takes your opponents 4 cards to cycle back to the last card they played. For example, if you play a hog, you need to play 4 cards after it to get back to your hog. So if we play hog, then we play our ice golem, ice spirit, skeletons, and log, we're back to our hog rider. Some decks cycle significantly faster than others depending on their average elixir cost, but in general, it takes 4 cards to cycle. Knowing this, you can count your opponent's cycle by simply counting down from 4 each card your opponent plays after their win condition. You are now effectively tracking your opponent's win condition. Why is knowing your opponent's cycle important in Clash Royale? When you know your opponent doesn't have the ideal counter at that moment, you can often capitalize on it and make a game-winning play. Decks like Minor Wall Breakers entirely rely on throwing off the opponent's cycle to finally get that connection on tower. One of the best examples I can think of is when you were playing Hog Rider and your opponent has a building like a bomb tower. If you're able to outcycle the bomb tower, your hog will go straight to the tower. Another great example is when you're playing against Lava Hound and you need to be able to keep track of when they have their barbarians so you can get damage on tower. Tracking cycle can help you both on defense and offense. On defense, sometimes it can really help to track when your opponent has their Hog Rider in hand so you can be ready for them to go in. Maybe it helps to track their firecracker so they can't get chip damage on tower. One of the biggest things I can recommend is that you focus on just one card. At least when you're starting out with card counting, focus on whichever card is giving you the most issues in that game. Whether that be your opponent's hog, firecracker, balloon, barbarians, or bomb tower, focus on one card to start with. Being able to know what 4 cards the opponent has in hand like Ryley does is borderline impossible, so focus on tracking just one. After hundreds of games of practice, you will naturally start counting the rest. The only time it won't take 4 cards to cycle back is if you or your opponent plays a champion. Being that each of you can only place one champion on the map at the same time, it is possible to cycle in 3 cards. That is what people call the 3-card cycle. Basically, you or your opponent will cycle a champion in the back, allowing you to cycle back to your win condition or spells faster. When your opponent plays a champion in the back, you either have to kill it quickly or be mindful that they will be able to cycle their cards significantly faster than you. You'll see people abuse the 3-card cycle most commonly in hog decks, minor poison, royal hogs, balloon, and even in goblin giant nowadays. Alright, a lot of information was shared there, so hopefully you guys learned something. I think that the main takeaway is that you should start by just tracking one card. Now, I'm going to hop into a live game and show y'all exactly how I do it. Alright y'all, I'm currently top 1700, so definitely going to be doing this on Trophy Road because there's only 2 days left in the season and I do not want to throw my medals away, so hopping into this game here against Sirtagcr, and let's count some cards here. We're going to start with our knight in the back because we kind of just want to figure out what he's playing here. Can't really count cards until we know what his win condition is. Okay, so he has Valkyrie. Not sure what this could be. We can activate our king here. Same placement as the Hog Rider, for those of you that... Oh, well, our bowler's gonna save him. That's awkward. But anyways, that's the same placement as how you activate the Hog Rider. Okay, he has Wizard, Mini P.E.K.K.A, and Wizard. This is a very interesting deck from our opponent here. Okay, he has Mega Knight, so let's track his Mega Knight. Why not? So, he's 4 off of his Mega Knight. Go Royal Delivery on there. Just stop it from jumping. Knight as well to help DPS this down. He has Witch, so he's 3 off of his Mega Knight now. Not going to get any damage there, but that's okay. Okay, he has Hog. Let's actually track that. So he's 4 off of his Hog. Hog is definitely going to be more important. That's what we're going to have to worry about, really getting damage on our tower here. This is a very heavy deck our opponent has here, though. Interesting. Very interesting. So we're just going to kind of reset here. He is going to have to defend something. Defend our bowler with something. Go Little Prince for this. Might not have been the best Little Prince, actually. I'm going to pop ability right away. Save our Little Prince. He is only 2 off a hog now. So, gotta be ready for him. 1 off a hog now. We are going to take the King Tower activation this time. Go Knight up high for this. He's still 1 off a hog, so we're back to our cannon for it. We're good now. Okay, he does have his hog now. So, I assume he's going to go in. We'll go E-Giant in the back. We'll have our cannon ready for this hog rider. There it is. So we can cannon for the hog. This is what I mean, is it can be nice on defense and it can be nice on offense. So we also know he has his Mega Knight. He's probably going to play Mega Knight on this, so we don't want to go Little Prince and feed him too much value. We can go Lightning on these. Very good Lightning. He's definitely going to Mega Knight. Okay, he goes for the P.E.K.K.A. instead. It's not a bad play. He is back to his Hog Rider now. He might try and go with the Hog behind all of this. Could cause us some issues, so we're going to ability plus Royal Delivery. Should kill all that. Let's just go Electro Giant at the bridge again. We know he's back to Hog, but we have both of our counters in hand. We have Cannon and we have Tornado, so he can't really punish us here. We're actually going to Tornado this Wizard in to kill that. Ready with our Cannon, in case he wants to go in here. No, okay, so he goes for the P.E.K.K.A., so he can't even go in yet. And since we have the Bowler clogging up the left, we're going to be ready for the Hog on the right, because he's not going to want to go into a Bowler. So, once again, he's 4 off of his Hog. He is nowhere near it, so we can go in, and I'm not sure he can really punish us for it. Those were terrible skeletons. We can Tornado this in to our Bowler and our E-Giant, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a good game. Not much he can do. So, obviously, this wasn't the best player in the world, but you can see if you're counting Cycle, there's really nothing they can do. We're just levels ahead of this guy, no offense to him. Shout out to you if you made it this far in the video. I really appreciate you for giving me so much of your time. Hopefully I was able to teach you something today, and if I did, make sure to leave a like and a comment so the YouTube algorithm knows this was a good video. Thank you guys for all the continuous support, and I will see you in the next one.